Yo, it's the boxing break.
Boxing.
We back.
Another week. This episode 5. We're kind of rolling through, yeah, man. Once again, it's always something to talk about now. You know, for a while it was just like nothing but only drama, but not leading the fight. So it was like, I don't want to talk about that. Where the fight's at? But this year been a smoker, as we've been saying leading up into this point. But some of the biggest things, of course, this week. Did y'all see Bud? So Danny Garcia was the first person I seen. I seen Keith kind of trying to throw his hat in the ring for either Earl or Bud. And then Danny Garcia was like, a Bud fight? Yeah, sure, that's a possibility. Did y'all see what Bud said about them?
About what?
Danny
Thurman
Garcia and Thurman?
No.
He was basically like, y'all some... he was like, y'all some hoes.
Yeah.
Hoe ass. He's like, y'all didn't want to fight me. Y'all was talking about other side of the street stuff.
Yeah, like, why would I fight you?
Now y'all want to beg me for a fight.
Yeah,
Boy, had the tables have turned,
Yeah.
yo.
Why would I fight you?
Yeah.
He like, man, I'm never fighting y'all.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all fight each other again?
Nobody gonna watch that either.
But I'm not mad at that take. Terence Crawford has been himself since I've seen him now start having this more and more run of him coming out and having these interviews and everything, or at least me seeing the interviews.
Yeah, no, he's
so
been turning up.
I'm happy for him. Yes, he's right. Them niggas is tripping.
He's like, I'm the guy.
Y'all don't want to fight.
Y'all
that
know where the
nigga.
bread is. No, you want the bread. Fighters want one.
True.
Especially as they get older, they willing to cash out for
they
willing to cash out for
that
that bread.
Yeah,
trying to get
10 million,
He's
20
like,
million.
nah, why am I gonna give y'all payday when I was coming through? Y'all was talking about,
Yes.
he too small.
That's what I meant.
He ain't fighting
Why would I
nobody.
fight
This, that,
you?
and the third. Now y'all want to beg for a payday, and I'm all for it. They should fight each other again. First of all, I had an issue with dudes not doing rematches back in the day anyway. There were a lot of really good fights that a rematch never happened for. You know, I'm big on bring trilogies back.
Right.
It's great for boxing.
I've
Bring
heard
good
you say that
rematches
a few
back.
times.
Thurman fought he fought what's the name? With the leprechaun. What's his name? Sean Porter, respectfully. He fought him, close fight, excellent fight, never fought him again. He fought Danny.
But a lot of niggas did that with Sean Porter.
No, but I'm saying, period. Danny Garcia. I'm not gonna keep it real. A lot of the PBC fighters be on that wave. Thurman fought Danny Garcia.
Get out of there.
Close fight. It could have went either way. I think I had Thurman edging it out, and he won the fight. Why we didn't get a rematch?
True.
Danny Garcia versus Porter. Another close fight. It could have went either way. We never got a rematch.
Yeah.
So these dudes want to do this and sit and try to collect. It's like, yo, he like, nah, y'all ducked me, y'all moved around, whatever, because he admitted to the business, he understand the business side. So part of it was emotion, but part of it he do know the business. But never, regardless of the fact, everybody knows in boxing, when a fighter really wants to make a fight happen, just like with Earl Spence, they was trying to do the Keith Thurman Earl joint. That's been out there now. Earl said, no, I want this fight. So when a fighter wants a fight to happen, they can make the fight happen, no matter who your advisor or promoter is, for the most part. Yeah. Unless you're with Bob Arum, then but that's
Oh shit.
But I like Terence, like, yo, listen, man, y'all need to fight each other again, man. I'm on the other stuff, man. I'm trying to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all just trying to collect
Maybe I
up
fight
off.
y'all when I'm 40.
Canelo
Like
Alvarez.
if I feel
He
like
said,
it.
I'm
Maybe.
never fighting.
Canelo.
That's kind of with Keith Thurman, where Earl was on. He was like, he said when he get a belt, then they fight him, and he kept moving around and shoulder injuries and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm never fighting you. So when y'all keep doing that,
Nah, that was definitely sucker moves.
yeah.
Gartering the belt and just limping through for 3 years.
But he was healthy for Pacquiao when the Pacquiao fight came across his table. Oh, he can fight.
Got his ass whooped.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
fight Pacquiao at 47.
Man, still
Get your
lost,
face
man.
pummeled. Yeah, immediately.
But the other big joint, we talked about it, and I was so mad, yo. Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin are not fighting.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
what happened with that?
Allegedly, the word is Frank Martin won it 50-50. So Shakur's like, oh, you ducking this and ducking that, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, see, this is why you got to be careful, man. Remember Shakur Stevenson was asking for 50-50 from Devin Haney.
He should have fought Devin Haney for the low, because if he'd have won that, his career would have been different.
The alleged joint was 25%, which is I hate getting into the money talk as a boxing fan because this be messing so much stuff up. But if you're fighting for undisputed, you don't have any of the belts, and you haven't been on pay-per-view, any of that.
Opportunity.
25%, according to what I know from like boxing history, that's not a bad. That's a great deal.
And think about it: if you win the next fight, you
yes,
get the money.
all
you're the
yours.
man.
If you lose
It's
the
all
next
yours.
fight, you get to fight the
And
next
here's the thing,
best guy because you fought the best guy.
I remember Devin Haney just to get them belts. He took crazy, like, remember the 2-fight deal?
He fought Kambosos
The 2-fight deal for Kambosos was so out of pocket. He had to fight him in Australia again after beating him.
Double times in Australia
and
after
took
beating
low
his
break,
ass
like a
twice.
flat fee and some all type of stuff.
Yeah.
He just put out something saying, he was like, that's a pay-per-view over there. Because I guess they put out some numbers. He was like, y'all owe me some money. He said, I didn't even know it was pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So he really, like, for Shakur, it's like, dog, 25% for a chance of what's the name, and you just got into the division and you can get the fight for undisputed, like, basically immediately. I don't see what was wrong with that. Like, so if that's the thing is, I don't know if Frank Martin might be trying to squeeze out, but if Frank Martin do that, you can't get mad because you try to do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like in boxing, there's no, like I said, I don't like the money talk, but there's no precedent for, I'm a contender with no belts, and I just got to this division, but I deserve half. I've never seen it. I've never heard of this happening before.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even make sense to me. It's true.
Only way if it's like you just coming up, you got like all the belts or something like that in that division below, maybe.
But he didn't have that. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't even the case.
Like, I'm like, it got.
If he was undisputed in the lower joint, then that might. I mean, I could kind of understand.
Because like Terence Crawford, if he go up, he could.
That's what I'm saying. That's a whole different ball game. But we was looking we always looking forward to that Frank Martin fight.
I was hyped about it.
There's another fight coming up with Shakur. I'm not going to talk about it yet because I just want to see how. If these fights are getting closer and actually going to happen, because now I don't want to keep talking about
on the dotted line.
But he has another fight lined up. I won't even say the name yet, and I'm gonna let at least another week go by. But the other fighter he's fighting is a dangerous fighter, and he takes some risks. But we're gonna break that down. If we found no, we're gonna talk about the next one. With this stuff with some of these fighters now, we just gotta wait and see. So before I get into talking too much about these fights, I'm gonna make sure. People that sign the goddamn joint and we can roll into it.
Let's not get
because
excited.
this is not on the boxing break, and no disrespect to anybody, we just not gonna be talking about gossip and rumors every time we get on here. That's not what we gonna do on here.
Mm-hmm.
The fights start getting made, or they seem like they really gonna be close to getting made, then we gonna start talking about it. But all the other stuff, there's plenty of other outlets who gonna talk about what the guy ate for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a salute. But yeah, Tyson Fury is crazy. Now they're saying Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. After Tyson Fury, somebody he wanted to do MMA and he would never fight Usyk because he felt Usyk lost. Apparently, the rumor is behind the scenes they're talking. If they're talking, like I said, I don't want to.
Why wouldn't he fight him though?
I don't want to
beat his ass.
I don't know. You never know, yo. Because listen, honestly, he beat Deontay Wilder and Styles make fights, but there was a fight before that most people don't remember. In between the Deontay Wilder fight, I can't remember what the guy's name is. I don't want to look it up right now, but it can't come at the top of my head. And when his eye got busted wide open, and it was a slugfest. And this is like a guy y'all don't know his name. I can't remember his name right now. Mm-hmm. And technically, most fighters, that fight would have been stopped, and he would have lost on cuts. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Tyson Fury has been able to slide with a few things. Long counts.
That long count with Deontay Wilder was crazy.
Questionable things with the gloves.
Was that the second fight second fight Deontay Wilder got beat? What was the one when Deontay Wilder knocked him down? It was a clear, like...
The first fight. The one I was at.
I was like, wait, that was 10
Some people question one of them knockdowns in the third fight.
He just woke up like the Undertaker and shit, yo.
Because it was not even just the count, right? Shit. And I can't get mad because he got up and was able to do something. So in the hindsight, it's like... Maybe you should let him get up. But 9 times out of 10, if a guy falls out cold with his eyes rolling in the back of his head, that fight gets stopped.
Yeah. They'll throw the hands.
Tyson Fury's been given a lot of grace in his career. That's all I'm gonna say. And but like if you go, you don't have to watch the whole fight. But I'm after this joint, I'm gonna pull it up, look at the cut, and he fought several rounds like that. That fight gets stopped normally against anybody else. But anyway. Okay. Usyk, anything can happen. I would think he would be able to just physically be able to dominate Usyk. But like I said, you just never know. And if they are talking, let it. And we could fully go in on a breakdown. But right now, if they just talking, they just talking. And hopefully that fight happens because undisputed should happen.
Yeah. Only reason I would have Fury regardless with that is because like Usyk is just like his last couple of fights have not been impressive to me, and they weren't against like the top guy in the heavyweight division, so it was like
I got Fury winning. Yeah, I had Fury stopping him, but like I said, you just don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a doubt.
I got him putting hands and feet on that nigga.
He should just be able to just bully him. Honestly, real talk.
Yeah, get in there.
Especially because Usyk is not a natural heavyweight. I mean, he's a heavyweight now, but he's coming up. Like Tyson Fury's just.
And for Fury to be that big, he can go to the body.
And he should be able to keep him at distance.
He should be able
to, I think it's just
lean on him.
For anybody. I don't see too many people.
Sugar Hill's his trainer. That's the whole Crunk Gym, the great, who I think is the best trainer of all time, Emmanuel Stewart. Like, that whole, when you get a big fighter to understand how to use your body weight, how to rough somebody up, keep them off of the jab, the 1-2s. It's a style. That's why he went to Sugar Hill with Crunk. It's a certain style when you're a certain size fighter with a certain skill level. And once you get with them, that's why the whole Deontay Wilder fight after that, both of them, especially that second one, it was a shocker because they know what to do when you have a certain build and skill set. So he should be able to beat him up. But hopefully when that fight happens.
Yeah. I hope so too.
Happens.
Be nice to see.
Yeah,
we haven't seen a good heavyweight in a while. It's been a little while.
Like we haven't had a
good heavyweight fight, I should say. It was a good.
Actually, recently, fight. We probably like that random. The random dudes that we see. Some of them lower ranked guys we put some.
Like the championship fights, we haven't had anything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Nah, like honestly. And then, I only got one more thing, man. Shady. I saw it and Rich really brought it up, and I wasn't even thinking about it. He said Teofimo Lopez is the best all around.
Most complete
boxer. My bad. Most complete. Yeah, is that right?
Why the fuck do you think that, yo?
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Why?
Ever since he said that stupid shit about Tank against Rolly, that's when I knew he ain't know nothing about boxing. He just talking shit because he knows a little bit about sports, and I'm not a pro either. I don't know every single thing that's happening in boxing myself either, but I knew what he said was dumb as shit.
He's nowhere near the top guy, bro.
Like, what makes him complete? And what he said was because he can throw a good punch and can take a good punch and something else. It was the dumbest reason.
Of the Josh Taylor fight?
What I will say is this. I don't think he's the most complete, but he is one of the overall most talented.
I'm not saying he's bad.
He is, right? My thing is,
Shakur Stevenson.
Mental comes into that as well, man. Mental consistency, in which people, when they say complete, they always think about the physical aspect. He's got to be mentally consistent for me.
You know what I'm starting to think? Zay said something. This was when we were recording our normal episode. It's usually when you're lashing out like that or you're saying outlandish things. There's one thing that can usually mean for somebody that you don't really understand like that. So that's all I'm going to say. Tank might have been around. I'm just going to throw that out there.
If you can interpret that, run with it. If you can't, just be lost in the sauce. Yeah, be like
that nigga that said that weird shit about
wild, outlandish.
I think I mentioned that before.
Yes,
Before we had the boxing break and we used to talk about boxing. I think that was one of the. I think it might have been a clip.
Bro, I just don't get how Teofimo Lopez could be even close.
I understand why. Listen, he
is good. Though.
He has good power.
He's good.
Quick hands.
But I don't think
when he's locked in, he has his footwork. His footwork isn't good enough for me to even do that as well, though.
What?
His footwork is mad sloppy. I'm not going.
I don't have a belt.
Where that came from? Where did
you say he doesn't have a belt?
Well, he just got the belt back from Josh Taylor.
No. I gotta give Teo some credit. He beat the man at 135 at one point.
Yeah, Lomachenko, he did.
And got all of his belts, and then he wound up getting 2 belts at 140. I'm not going to play T.O. like he's a bum.
He is on Fox.
He's a good fighter, yo. He's a really, really good fighter, yo. He has special talent. It's just mental. What are you going to get from him?
Shakur Stevenson would beat his ass.
I just don't
if he's really focused, that's a very tough fight for
Stevenson
Shakur.
Would beat his ass.
I hear you, but that's a very tough fight for him.
I don't believe in
Shakur Stevenson would beat
his ass.
That's
the major takeaway for me.
I would favor Shakur, but it's not like he about to walk through him. He's not. That's not.
That's not. He is a tough guy.
Don't get your information from LaShawn McCoy. That's the major thing to take.
Unless Shakur hollers. Have them all messed up before
chill.
Hey, man, listen, it's another week of the boxing break, man.
Yeah.
Salute to y'all. We'll be back.
Yeah. And we not getting on it, but shout out my man Emiliano Vargas too, yo. Yeah. Tap in with him.